Good morning, everyone. My name is Ginger of Tarot by Ginger. Hope you're having a beautiful morning. And today is December 9th, Thursday, 2021. I'm going to read your card of the day today. And the cards I'm using are the Heaven and Earth Tarot, along with the Sacred Creator's Oracle. Okay. The woman who did these cards did the, what is it called? Yeah, what is it called? What is that tarot called? Oh, the Light Seers Tarot. Light Seers, you'll recognize the artwork. So, it's good to be here this morning. It's a very cold morning in Queenstown. That's okay with me. So we're going to, let's see. So the word for the day. One of my spirit guides is Hilarion. He's called the Hilarion the Healer. And he gave me the word this morning of health. And health is not just body, it's our mind as well. And, you know, we're beings of light. And when we're not in good health, when we're not stable and steady physically or mentally, that means that we forget who we are. You know, we forget who we are, and that creates dis-ease, right? Dis-ease within us. So whether it's mind or body, to pay attention to that and get the help that you need. You know, if you're feeling not in good shape physically, maybe go to your doctor and get that checked out, and then go take some stretching classes, Pilates, yoga, or just stretching, you know, and then maybe a little bit of weight training. It's just a little bit of that. You can get videos on YouTube as well. Just a little bit of that goes a long way in our life, not just for our body, but for our minds as well. So Hilarion wanted me to bring that word to your attention today. And let's get going with our readings. So let's see. Bring this over here so I can write down the times. Okay, first up, who do we have first? Taurus. All right, Taurus, you're up first. Let's see what we have for Taurus. Taurus is 3. Taurus has the Lovers. Let's see. All right, I'm going to pull an oracle card and see what goes with that. It's actually a really beautiful, I like this deck. Very pretty. Look at the sword. I believe it's Archangel Gabriel up there. Look at the sword. Clarity, truth. Truth. The truth of who you are, the two of you, whoever you are. And for me, the Lover's card is often business relationship. So let's see what the Sacred Creator's Oracle has for Taurus. Raw intention. Yeah, we know what your intention is, right? So for Taurus, you know, the Lover's card can mean hot, steamy sex. You know, it's like really good chemistry. It can also be, you know, in terms of business, when you get an ace of cups, an ace of wands, pentacles, swords, that is raw intention, and that is a raw gift. So And it's interesting that the sword is in here because it made me think of the Ace of Swords. How like, yes, it's your time, you know? So I would say, Taurus, if it's not hot, steamy sex for you, then it's a business, something business-wise, or a new thing coming in and you'll have partnership in that somehow. And it's going to be like on target. It's on target. You're ready to do this new thing. And actually the time is right now. So that's for Taurus. All right, who do we have next? Next we have Leo. All right, Leo. Let's see what we have for Leo. Speaking of the Ace of Cups, here it is on the bottom of the deck. Leo, there it is. All right, let's see what we have for Leo. Ah, the Queen of Swords. Interesting. I do like the Queen of Swords. Right to the point. Knows what she wants. He or she. It's an energy. It's a feminine energy. It could be for a male or female. But, you know, this person knows what she wants. She knows what she won't put up with. She knows what she won't receive. So receive the energy of the Queen of Swords today. Knowing and not being, I see her, you know, having someone approach her for something and she just says, don't waste my time. Just don't waste my time, you know? So, and she doesn't do it in a way that she's better than. She does it because she knows what she wants. And so, you know, as beings of light, nobody is better or worse than, right? We're equal. We honor each other. That's what we do. So be honorable toward everyone. But if someone approaches you with something that you just don't have the time for, say, no, thank you. That's it. All right, and your Oracle card, she's in a pretty good position there. She's already accomplished most of her goals. I mean, she's the queen, right? She's a manager. All right, make a mission statement for your soul. That's just what I'm saying. Honor everybody. Be honorable toward every single person that you meet. You're in a position, you're very empowered. This queen is very empowered. So be empowered, be loving, kind, and just say no if that's what you need to do. Okay? That's for Leo. Cool. Like it. All right. Next up, we have Scorpio. Scorpio's at 8:30. All right, Scorpio. What do the guides have for Scorpio today? Oh, Scorpio. Scorpio. Everything's okay. You don't be afraid. The Knight of Swords is, you know, anxious, worried, concerned. What are you concerned about? What are you worried about? What are you fearing? Have no fear, Scorpio. Have no fear. You're loved and protected, yet you fear. So you're not knowing, sensing that love and protection around you. There's nothing to fear. Think about all the times you worried, and things, look, you're standing here today, things worked out just fine. They're going to continue to work out fine for Scorpio. Scorpio is a leader, a teacher, manager, good manager, able to get things done. So you really have nothing to fear. you know, take a good nap today and go to bed at a good time and get a good night's sleep. There's nothing to fear. Okay, what's your Sacred Creators Oracle says for Scorpio? Fall in love with your own story. Yes, yes, because you know what? You get to make the story. It's your story. So create in your life what you want. Think the thought, do the action. Think the thought, do the action. Okay, that's what you need to do. Think the thought and do the action, okay? That's for Scorpio today. Okay. Next up, we have Pisces. All right, Pisces. See what the spirit guides have for Pisces today. You have the Nine of Wands. What does it say down here? At the bottom it says great strength. This individual has been through quite the war in order to keep its boundaries in place so that nobody takes the property that he's protecting. Perhaps he's been in a war and his kingdom has obtained more property in that war, and he's guarding it dearly because he worked very hard for it. When we work hard for boundaries like this, we're not so willing to give them up, and we are a little hyper vigilant about it because we have worked hard, and yeah, that's so we're hyper vigilant. When we learn to do new things like set boundaries, this is the energy for me of someone who's just learning to set boundaries, because it's a process, and it's a difficult process if we're not used to doing it. So we are hyper vigilant. We're a little defensive, and we're not really willing to talk. You know, we just want to hold that boundary. That's a okay and natural place to be. Just know that it's your birthright to have your own boundaries. You get to set them. You know, you get to set them. Nobody else gets to set your boundaries. What's comfortable for you, what's not comfortable, you determine that. Nobody else determines it. And just knowing that, you know, that's not something, especially for women, that we're taught in this culture is okay. Especially for women, we are not allowed to set our boundaries. That's just how it. So we have to fight harder than men to set our own boundaries and receive justice through our lives for having the wherewithal to do that. So give yourself a pat on the back today, Pisces. You got Creator Air. That, I feel, it's a purifying air card. I feel purification. So this person is definitely going through a purification process. And these processes are really difficult. So love yourself. Know that you're loved. Know that your Creator loves you. You have guardian angels around you. You have spirit guides. Connect with your spirit guides, because they can definitely give you the intuitive thought, just the gentle sense that everything's okay, because you're doing the right thing for yourself. Okay, So that's your reading today, Pisces. Very nice. Beautiful. Good for you. Good for you for setting your boundaries. Holy cow. I remember being there and having to do that. Sometimes it was as though God took over my lips and my tongue, and in setting boundaries, words just came out of my mouth, and I'm like, whoa, where did that come from? Because it stopped the people in their tracks, and it wasn't nasty. I just said the thing. No, that's not acceptable. No, I'm not your wife, your daughter, your sister. I'm your co-worker, and no, you will not treat me that way. Sorry. And it's like, whoa, where'd that come from? It's awesome. So once you get the hang of setting a boundary, it's, you definitely have help there. All right, who's up next? Virgo. All right, Virgo. Let's see, what do we have for Virgo? Spirit guides. Okay, for Virgo. Okay, Virgo has the Seven of Swords. And at the bottom here, it says unstable effort. Definitely. Someone is undermining your effort, and that's what makes it unstable. If everybody is not on board with the effort that we're putting into effect, that we're trying to, it's part of our goal, just part of the plan for the day. If people are not on board with what you would like to accomplish, then they're going to try to, undermine it. So that's the energy of this card. So look around. What effort are you engaged in that someone would be trying to undermine? You, Virgo, you will have a sense in your solar plexus. You'll sense it through your third eye, and you'll feel it in your solar plexus. Who is creating the instability in your plan, and then you need to determine what you're going to do about it. All right, and your Sacred Creators card. Bravely market your magic. That's pretty. Yeah, it doesn't mean that you stop the effort. You just need to find out who's trying to undermine you and why. And then what are you going to do about that? Because you're going to bravely market your effort. That's what you're going to do. All right? Okay. All right, Virgo, who's next? We have Cancer. Cancer is up next. Oh, there goes my phone. Okay, Cancer, here we go. What's on the board for Cancer today? It's the Page of Wands. Well, here's what it looks like. She's looking a little mischievous, huh? She's also looking as though, yeah, you don't want to mess with me because I'll set you on fire. Princess of Wands. See the lion up here? For Cancer. Let's see, what am I getting on this? I'm kind of getting that someone's telling you, there's somebody in your area who's being this way with you. Don't push me. Don't push my buttons. I will light you up, Mr. Water Sign. All right, so I have the feeling that it is somebody, this is not about you, this is about somebody around you who's being, so this is a youthful energy, so they're being, it's not a mature, so it's an immature energy. Have you been dealing with someone who really that's really an unstable energy. It's very unstable. There is too much fire in that card for someone of little maturity. And so there's someone around you like that. Pay attention, because that person is immature and can create a lot of havoc. Not terrible stuff, but it's like it's a pain in the butt. It's not just going to go away. Fire like that does not just go away. And I'm getting that your water is not enough to put this fire out, because it's a hot fire. And so magic happens when you most expect it. Be magical. Who's this person? This person, maybe it's a child. They're very angry. This child needs some help if that's the case, because they're out of control. Their fire is out of control. So you need to be magical with that child, because that child has a lot of intelligence. Yeah, I'm feeling like it is a child. That child has a lot of intelligence. And when you don't pay attention and listen to that child and what that child's trying to get across from you, you got to read between the lines I'm getting. That child will light you up. That child will set you on fire. All right. That was for Cancer. All right. Wow. That was intense. Quite intense. Yeah, that's a very intelligent child who needs to be challenged, and they need to be stimulated. Their mind needs stimulation. It's a child who is a spiritually seeking child, athletic, spiritually seeking, perhaps, and very creative as well. There are a lot of actors, musicians, artists, writers who are Sagittarians. That person needs to have their focus directed to something that's that's going to stimulate them. Okay, next we have Libra. Okay, Libra. What do we have for you? Oppression. It's the 10. It's the 10 of Wands. The good thing about it is that this is the end of the suit. And by the end of the suit, if you haven't learned your lesson by the 10, the universe says, I don't know what to do with you. And this is a fire energy, and it's funny because we can, fire signs can be really obsessed and focused, and even when nobody else is jumping on board, they're like, well, screw it, I'm gonna go get it done myself. And you know what? Put those things down. Put those things down right now. Take a big drink of water and a deep breath. Go for a little walk out in nature and think about what's going on. Drop your expectations of what everybody else should be doing, and yourself included, and just say, what am I doing? Do I need to be doing this? Am I in charge of something that, have I taken charge of something that isn't even mine? That's what you need to ask yourself, because that's a burden that kind of oversteps bounds. All right, Libra. Yeah, Libra, you need to get back in balance. That's really an out of balance energy. Bliss. This is a Libra card. Bliss is worth creating from. This is cool. Look at it. Bliss is worth creating from, for. From. Bliss is worth creating from. You're not going to create any bliss here. Nothing comes out of from this. Nothing comes from this. Very un-Libra-like energy. Very Libra-like. Your bliss. Beautiful. Love it. All right, that's for Libra. Next up, Aquarius. So I'm thinking I will, this month, besides doing the readings for January, I'm going to do, for 2022, quarterly, for the first quarter of 2022, for each sign. Rather than do what's your year ahead like, I'm going to do it by quarter. So I'll do your first quarter in December this month, and I'll also do the month of January. So I'll get started on those next week. That'll be a lot of fun. I have a great spread to do with those quarterly readings, and I kind of like that because I can gauge. I like doing that because I find that my clients can gauge their progress, quarter by quarter, and it's kind of fun to watch things unfold. And the thing about the psychic arts is, we get a lot of symbols and clues and sentences, but what does it really mean? And we don't know until we're either halfway through or, a week later or something. Oh, that's what that means. It's not always very clear what exactly the message is about, unless it is. Sometimes it's very clear, but a lot of times it's really not clear, and we don't know what it means for us until we go down the path, and then we're like, oh, that's what that meant. So it's kind of cool to do it that way. Okay, Aquarius has the 8 of Wands. Let's see, 28, 15. This is Aquarius. 8 of Wands. Okay. This says shortened force. Shortened force. So you're, you've got yourself imprisoned here in your head, Aquarius. Your thinking is not, you're a very logical thinker, but your logic is not adding up to the results you're looking for. So stop and go talk to somebody. This is where I want to end up. I'm having a hard time determining how to get there. Perhaps it's how you need to connect your head to your heart a lot more. You need to connect your head to your heart a lot more. Nobody is making you this victim. You're not a victim, but your thought process can sometimes victimize you. It gets you all tied up. So get some help with the thought process. Somebody that you trust. Perhaps I'm getting the sense of an older person, like if not a parent, a grandparent, or a mentor of some kind, aunt, uncle, something like that. Go talk to someone about And you have to be willing to freely talk about the process, the thought process. Because the issue with the swords, suit of swords, is that you do have a heart. Yet you don't. Aquarius does not really like to let people know what's going on inside, because you yourself don't really know what's going on inside. You have very deep feelings, and so it's just easier for you to be up in your head, just like Scorpio. Scorpio also has very deep feelings, yet Scorpio acts from their heart, whereas Aquarius acts from your mind. Even though you're a humanitarian, your work is all from the mind and not as much from the heart. The edge of evolution feels messy. Yes, it does, doesn't it, Aquarius? So you're onto something. Please talk to someone about your thought process. That's really important. You got something in the works there. All right, next up is Capricorn. All right, for Capricorn, what time? These cards are a little sticky all of a sudden for Capricorn, so I wonder what's it about. Okay. Well, there's nothing sticky about that. That's a beautiful day, huh? You have the sun. So there's innocence in there. It's a feeling of innocence, and everything is so right with my world today. Everything is so right today. You still have some journeying to go on the path of the major arcana, only a couple more cards. You're not finished yet, but you're so close you can touch it. And you feel so good because you've worked so hard to get to this point. You've worked through a lot of lessons, a lot of serious lessons. And obviously, if you're here, you learned along the way. You learned some of the lessons you came here to learn about. All right, so that's Capricorn. And let's see what we have for your Oracle card. Wow. Oh, I love that card. And we have cut the cords of doubt, because there is no doubt that you are near the end and you're sitting in the sunlight of the spirit. All right, that's for Capricorn. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. All right. Next up, we have Aries. Aries is up. See what we have for the great I am, who is Aries. So Aries' job is that of the magician, to manifest God's will on earth. And Aries is a big picture person. Big picture, you see the big picture, you have big picture visions. And hopefully you have people around you who work with you, and to carry out those plans, because you have big picture plans. You've got God's will to manifest. So how can you make the world a better place? Aries, like all fire signs, can be my way or the highway. You do it my way or the highway, you know, and you don't want to be that way, Aries. That's one of the lessons we're all here to learn. We don't want to be that way. We want to work in a concerted effort, because it's not our will, it's God's will. So if we align our will with God, we're going to be really good. We'll be peachy. All right, Aries, so let's say 34. Aries has the Queen of Pentacles. You had that the other day. twice. So this came up twice. Very interesting. So she's the manager of the material world. She's the manager of abundance, let's say. She's the manager of all beauty that we see around us. She's the manager of learning. She facilitates that process. She's very fertile as far as creative ideas. She is a good steward of what she owns and oversees. She's a property manager. You could say she's a property manager. You know, she is guided by the will of God. When you're a good steward of something, you're being guided by high principles. When you're taking care of someone, you're being guided by principles of concern and love, and treating someone the way you would want to be taken care of, right? If you're a caretaker, you want to take care of someone the way you would like someone to take care of you. So, you know, this came up twice this week. It's very interesting for you. 2 days in a row. Let's see what your Sacred Creators Oracle says. And your card on Monday was Justice. So you have Justice, Queen of Pentacles, and the Queen of Pentacles. So I'm going to say, Aries, good for you. I'd say you're doing a good job. Whatever it is you're doing, cozy up with risk. Okay, take a risk. Get used to the idea of risk, because around the corner. You need to get used to the idea. So it's not like it's going to happen tomorrow, today, next month, the month after that. The divine is telling you, get used to the idea of risk, because I have something coming your way. And it's not yet. Okay? But, you know, and the Magician, do you think the Magician is afraid of risk? The Magician is not afraid of risk. The Magician likes to be risky and sometimes takes on too much risk. Is too risky, and then that's not very, very good either, you know, or the timing of the risk is not good. So you're not being asked to do anything right away, but it's asking you to cozy up with the idea of it. That's pretty cool. Next, we have Gemini. All right, beautiful Geminis. What do we have for you today? That goes here. Okay. Okay, Gemini, what do we have? Oh, beautiful. Gemini has the Six of Pentacles, and at the bottom of the card it says material success, and that is so. This person has become successful financially and recognizes that money needs to flow. People have helped her or him get to where they are. She needs to do the same for others. It's give and take, ebb and flow. If there's no flow to money, if there's no giving back, you're not going to be getting it in ways that make you feel fulfilled. Okay? So that's nice. You've accomplished a great deal. Very nice. Okay, Gemini, let's see what your co-creator card is. Okay, Gemini. Feed your artist. Feed your inner artist. Time to get to the drawing board Get those creative juices flowing. All right, you are successful. However, you know, you still have a lot to give. So get those creative urges moving. Get them warmed up. Okay, the next up, I guess, is Sagittarius. That's the last card. All right, Sagittarius is up. Let's see. The world is waking up. My phone has come alive. That's how it goes. Okay, let's see. Okay, for Sagittarius. Shuffle. Let's see what we have. On the bottom, we have Judgment. Okay. Sagittarius likes that card. What are we doing next? Okay, so this is the Eight of Cups. Oh, this is very pretty. And at the bottom it says, abandoned success. And I guess you could say that. What this card is about is, Sagittarius, is that you're leaving something that was very helpful to you for a time, a long time probably. It paid the bills, in other words, or it fulfilled you emotionally for a time. And as far as a marriage, you know, you got married, you love this person, you had children. However, maybe the relationship has deteriorated in ways that just can't be fixed for you. Maybe not so much for the other person, but for you. Or it could be that a career change. You know, you spent your life putting in all this effort for a career that you really loved, and yet you find that now that you need to switch gears. You don't have a passion for it anymore, and it's actually kind of sucking the life out of you now. So this card is where, I like to say, where the minister gets her call to be a minister. It's like Jesus calls you. God calls you to go do this thing. You have to do it. It's a calling. So and yet you leave behind people, places, and things that you have been dedicated to for years. But you have to go. You can't not go. If you don't go, it's as though your spirit is gonna wither and die. All right, so that's for Sagittarius. So you have a calling, Sagittarius. It's not the same as the Judgment card, because you don't know where you're going yet. You don't know what it's gonna look like. You don't know what you'll be doing. You just know that you need to leave. You need to go do something else. You probably, actually, you do have an idea of what it's about and what you need to do, yet you don't know exactly how you're going to accomplish that. You don't need to know. This is a card where you're guided by the divine, or by your inner knowing. If you're not a God person, your inner knowing, that you just need to move along. So I love that energy. What's your honest truth? Oh my gosh, I love it. That's what this card is asking. What is your honest truth? What do you really need to do here? So take care of yourself. That reading is asking you to take care of yourself. Pay attention to what your soul is asking you to do, and go do it, because you will regret it if you don't. Okay? Those are the readings for today, December 9th, Thursday. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you tomorrow. Bye-bye.